It's known throughout the world of harness racing as the Sale of Champions, and rightly so. The Lexington Selected Yearling Sale has become the industry's #1 source of champion racehorses, including 4 of the last 6 winners of the Hambletonian, along with 3 of last year's 2-year-old Dan Patch champions. Your own champion is waiting. Join us this fall.
Hey everyone, I'm Heather Vitale for a Harness Racing Update. Although Paul Kelley aspired to find fame playing ice hockey, it's the sport of harness racing where he has brought the heat. Whether it's older horses or young athletes, Kelley shoots and scores. Let's see what he's looking forward to in 2018. First of all, Paul, is it true you wanted to be a hockey star?
Well, I did spend more time in hockey rinks than the classroom, so I guess I had those kind of aspirations at one time, but yeah, it didn't work out, so I had to find a different occupation.
Are you bred to be a hockey star?
It is in my pedigree for sure, yeah.
Okay.
It's in my pedigree to be a hockey player or spend time around a hockey rink, but the star part, I don't know about that, so.
Well, you've made it in another sport, and that's what we're going to talk about today. We've got 19 in training here. 10 of them are 2-year-olds, and we've got 8 3-year-olds, and of course, Obrigado, the trotting star, the 2016 Dan Patch Award winner for an older trotter. Tell me an update on Obrigado.
Well, so far so good. He had stifle surgery. He had his right stifle scoped back in November at Cornell by Dr. Nixon. And we took, just a slow kind of conservative rehab as per, Nixon's instructions. So starting about mid-January, he started back on the track, and now he's doing some, light training on the straight track down here. But he's, mentally, he's the same horse he always was, and physically, he seems to be doing really well, so we're hoping for the best.
Now you have a couple pacers in your barn because you're mainly a trotting man. Keystone Tenacious is one of your standouts.
He had a really good year last year too. We had to bring him along a little bit slow. He had a little trouble maybe adjusting to the, some of the half-mile tracks in New York, but he just kept getting better and better. And we did take him to Lexington. He finished 3rd in the bluegrass down there. I think it was the fastest mile of the night for 2-year-old pacing colts. And then we decided to bring him out to Hoosier and give him a shot in the Breeders' Crown, and he raced really, really well out there. He's 3rd in his elimination and 4th in the final. Very difficult trip in the final, having the 9-hole. But yeah, he's a nice colt, and we're hoping for the best this year.
All right, now we're going to talk about your 2-year-olds. We're not all trotters here that we're going to talk about. We'll start with the Cantab Halls. Evie Hanover. Can you tell me about her?
She's a really nice filly. She's a kind of a pleasant surprise. She's just a $45,000 yearling purchase, at Harrisburg. But she's been really good right from day one. She just hasn't done anything wrong. Just a really nice natural gait. She's out of one of Ray Schnichter's former fillies, a mare called Epona Bluechip. Actually, Ray had Munis Bluechip that falls under the 2nd dam, so it's a family that I kind of know pretty well from racing against, and it's a really good, solid pedigree.
How about another Cantab Hall, Crowned Eagle, a colt?
Yeah, he was one of our top picks probably last year. We really, really liked him at Harrisburg. We weren't really sure if we were going to be able to get him bought or not, but I had some of the right people behind me that were also very interested in the horse, so we were able to get the winning bid, and he's been training really well.
Talk about winning bid. This next one, $300,000, okay? Another Cantab Hall, and this is Seaside Bliss, a filly.
Yeah, she's you never know what you're going to get. You spend $300,000, you might get something that's worth $3,000. But she's also been a really nice filly. I had her mother for Bill Weaver, a credit winner filly named You Want Me, and I really liked the colt last year, a very good client of mine, Leonard Orgren from Stockholm, asked me what I liked for trotting fillies at Lexington, and I put this filly, right at the top of the list. I thought, knowing her mother, knowing the family and everything, I just really, really liked her a lot. And, he basically said, let's take a shot and try to buy her.
Okay, now we have a Conway Hall. The name is changed to Winning Habit, but in the sale it was Have a Habit, and it's a colt.
Yeah, he's a really nice colt. I probably wouldn't have. He was a $100,000 yearling. I probably wouldn't have gone that high on a Conway Hall, at this stage of that particular sire's career. But it's a fantastic pedigree. He's also a full brother to. The good colt that Ronnie Burke had, Habitat, and this colt, you couldn't really fault him on the floor. He's a really nice individual, and he's grown a lot through the winter, and I really like him a lot at this stage of the game.
Another habit, Hat Trick Habit. This is a Crazed you got from Goshen.
Hat Trick Marleau, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, right. I did buy him from Goshen. He's named after Patrick Marleau, a hockey player that played for San Jose, is now with Toronto. But yeah, I had the full brother, Insomniac, who was a little disappointing as a 3-year-old, but as a 2-year-old, he made over $100,000 for us. And this colt, he's a reasonable price at $18,000, but he had a great video. He trotted just like his brother, and you could just kind of see that, there was some quality there. And for $18,000, we took a shot.
I just have to say something about that. You said he had a great video. You hear some trainers say videos don't matter, but we've heard a couple in this series saying the video does matter.
Oh, I think the video matters. I mean, you always try to look for faults in horses when they're video, and you can never base everything 100% on it, but looking at a video is a lot better than not having anything at all to look at. And this colt, you could just tell he was a natural mover in the field. So, we took a shot.
How about a credit winner, Heaven on Credit? It's a filly.
Yeah, that's a nice filly. She came from Harrisburg. It's a family that I know really well. She's out of a Cantab mare called Holier Than Thou. I actually raced Holier Than Thou's mother, Sunday Yankee. And I've had another filly out of that family, a credit winner filly called Miss Evie that I think she made around $300,000. But it's a family I know really well, and when you know those kind of families, you've been around them a little bit. If you want to stay with them or stay away from them, and it's a family I've done well with. So hopefully this filly, be the same for us.
Now this credit winner, his name was Shecky as a yearling, but you've changed it, right?
So now it's Royal Lady, and she's a really nice filly. She's out of one of Ray Schnichter's mares, Donato mare called Royal Asset, that I raced against a lot when she was 2, and so it's a family, again, another family that I was familiar with and liked, and I respect Ray's opinion, and we liked her a lot, and so here she is. She's in the barn.
Okay, and finally, a muscle mass colt, Knight of Valour. What do you like about him?
We really liked him a lot at Harrisburg. He was a little bit expensive, maybe for a muscle mass. He was $75,000, but really nice individual on the floor. Muscle mass as a sire had a fantastic year in New York last year. It was his first crop in New York, and they literally dominated. Colts and fillies just showed up, in every sire stake race. So it was a limited crop this year, muscle mass, not a lot to look and choose from. But we liked him a lot, and so that's why we chased him, and we got him. He's training really good gaited horse.
You have mainly trotters, obviously. Why do you love trotters, or why do you not like pacers? What's the answer to that?
I like pacers fine. They're fun to train. I just think trotters are more challenging, and I think I've just been fortunate, probably over the last 15 years, to get with a group of owners that probably prefer trotters more than pacers. So that's kind of led me down that path. But I don't know, we've had success, and I think there's a little bit more of a challenge to training a trotter. So I that's where I'm happiest, and we'll just kind of hopefully if we get a good pacer in the barn, that'd be great. But yeah, we're happy doing trotters.
Who makes you laugh more than anyone?
Without a question, Ray Schnichter. Everything that rolls out of his mouth is pure gold, and it's completely ad lib, and you get what you get. So.
Who's your favorite cartoon character?
Favorite cartoon character, probably, I'm going to date myself, but it would probably have to be Mighty Mouse.
What's the scariest thing that you've ever done?
Scariest thing I ever did that I can actually admit publicly would probably be a roller coaster.
We'll not go there with what you will admit privately. If you took a year off of training horses and you could do any job, what would it be?
It'd be one of two things. I could easily do like being a hockey scout, and you just go from hockey rink to hockey rink scouting kids. It's a fun thing to do. I go to the World Junior Tournament every year with my brother, travel all over the world doing that, so that's a really fun thing to do. The other thing I probably, if I couldn't make a living at it, but fish. I love to fish.
What is your best life advice?
My best life advice, I guess, is just learn to roll with the punches and try to be happy, because we're going to be dead a long time.
I hope everyone enjoyed checking in with trainer Paul Kelley here at Sunshine Meadows in Florida. I'm Heather Vitale for Harness Racing Update.
Harness Racing Update is the sport's most comprehensive and trusted news source and the fastest growing publication in the game. HRU has you covered with award-winning features and commentary from some of the sport's best writers. Stellar photography, race news, results, entries, handicapping, and video replays. The industry's most comprehensive sales results and Harness Racing's best reader feedback section. And it's all delivered free of charge to your email box multiple times each week. See why HRU is the most trusted news source of the sport's most important people from all facets of the industry. Subscribe today for free. To subscribe, just go to harnessracingupdate.com and then click subscribe for free.